In this tutorial, we're going to examine the Augmented Mortgage Principal Balance Calculator. Now, what this calculator will do for you is it will tell you that if you desire to make additional principal payments every month on your mortgage, that you can pay the loan off in a shorter term. And we're going to demonstrate in this video tutorial exactly what that means. So, for example, let's say that the amount we're borrowing is $300,000, and we're going to say that the annual interest arbitrarily is 6%, and our loan has an initial term of 30 years. And what we would like to do is make a payment of an additional $300 a month on the mortgage. Just going to add $300 every month to what our normal payment would be. Once we hit the calculate button, that will now tell us that our new monthly mortgage payment for principal and interest is $2,098.65. Now let's see what happens if we start making that payment. We'll click the Show More Information button, and this illustration will show us the first year and what happens with our payments, how they're allocated. The interest the first month is $1,500. That's the interest on the $300,000 mortgage at 6% for a month. And the principal paid is $598.65, which is the difference between the $1,500 and the $2,098. Now, bear in mind that we have an additional $300 in this figure of $598. So we are paying off our mortgage at a faster rate than we would have to if we were just making the minimum required payment. Now let's see what the effect of this is. Let's click forward and see at which point this mortgage is fully paid off. So we're just going to click and forward through all the years till we get to the payoff of the loan. Now our loan has been paid off in year 21. If you take a look at the last line here, we've made 252 monthly payments, and our balance is $0. So let's see what our savings is. Well, we're making an additional payment of $300 a month, and we're doing that for 252 months. If you multiply the 252 by $300, we will have paid over these 21 years an additional $75,600. That's $75,600 more than we were required to pay had we been making the normal minimum required monthly payment. That's what we spent extra. Now, our loan was initially a 30-year loan. That's 360 months. Our loan has been paid off in 252 months, which means we reduced the term of our loan by 108 months. And our required minimum monthly payment would have been $1,798.65, because that's this $2,098.65 less the additional $300. So we would have been making, throughout the full term of the loan, had we not prepaid the mortgage at all, an additional 108 months of payments at $1,798.65, and that totals $194,252. That's what we would have paid throughout the duration of the loan. And that's what we save by making these extra monthly payments. So to determine our net savings, we would take the $194,252 that we should have paid, that's our savings, and we deduct from that the $75,600 that we paid extra over this time period of 252 months. And that would net us a savings of $118,654. And that is how much interest we saved over the entire term of this loan by making an additional $300 a month extra payment. So as you can see, it always pays, if you can afford it, to make an extra monthly payment. Now, one thing you should be aware of, we selected an arbitrary number of $300, and we said we're going to make that amount of extra payment every month. But you're not bound to do that. If you can only afford $50 a month, you can make your extra payment $50 a month. And let's say in a month you have some extra money. Maybe you got an income tax refund. You can, that month, add in any amount you wish of additional principal. You are not bound to pay in the exact same amount every month. But bear in mind that whatever you pay additional in principal will help reduce your outstanding mortgage balance, which will in turn reduce the interest due in your next month's payment. So it comes out that the wise move, if you can afford to do it, is to always attempt to prepay your mortgage. You will save thousands of dollars over the long term of your loan.